Welcome to the Downtown Studio Midland's In Focus. This is a series where we get to speak with creators in West Texas, the Permian Basin area. I'm Mike. This is my beautiful wife, Steph. And today we have Dakota with Dakota Mae Photography. Dakota. So anyways, we have Dakota here, and we're going to speak with her about her journey in photography and her, her journey into Nikon that she should probably not do. Just kidding. But anyways, Dakota, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming out. So quick question. You're not originally from here, right?
I am not. So I moved around a little bit, but we kind of stayed in the East Texas area. And then we, got pregnant. And so we moved back with my mom to Rockwall. And then my husband got his first oil field job in Abilene. And then we moved to Odessa. And here we are. So, yeah.
So you went from really nice green trees to just really brown dirt.
Yes. Every time we go back, I'm like, oh, my gosh, I wish I could just pick this scenery up and bring it back.
So do you feel like that dread as you're driving and you just start going from like green to just like tan?
Sometimes I'm like, oh, but you know what? This is home. At the end of the day, this is home. But sometimes I'm like, dang, those trees, that'd be such a good spot. You know what I mean? 100%. And I'm like, because as a photographer, like your mind, you're always like, like everything. And so
yeah,
it's definitely different. But so when I go home, I always have minis. And so like, it's different. The golden, I feel like is just different. And I don't know how to explain it, but
do you feel like there's more spots out there because it's just so green?
I do. I feel like if I turn this way, there's still green, right? But if you turn this way, there's a road right here. You know what I mean? And so, but there still are some great spots here, though. There really are some really pretty spots. But it's back home, and when you're from there, all the spots. Like, oh, this hidden gem,
Yeah.
And so, like, I started photography. It's been, I want to say, a little bit over, right at 2 years now. So it was definitely a lot of learning and not knowing anything here and all of that. But the community's been great, though, with spots and everything. Yes.
Do you find back over there, since there's so many more spots, that it's really saturated like here? Like if you go 5 o'clock at the park by Maymar, it's like every other photographer's there.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like it is secluded because I've done we've been back 2 times since I've done photography and I've done minis. And I feel like both times it was secluded. It was kind of embarrassing, my first one. I found this spot off the side of the road. And so thankfully they were my friends. But I was like, yeah, just pull on the side of the road. And so they did. They all did.
Park on the shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much. And so they just pulled in. And the ones that had a truck, they just went over the little curb. And there was this little grass spot. And it worked out. But yeah, the second one, it went much better. But the first one, I was like, oh my gosh.
Hey, man, if it's pretty.
100%. It was pretty. It was beautiful.
Sometimes you see those spots and you're like, there's no parking, so I guess we'll just have to make this work.
100%. 100%. Yes.
So out here, so are you in Midland or are you in Odessa?
I'm in Odessa, so we're right off of 191.
Okay. So which one do you like? Where do you feel between the two has the best spots? Midland, right?
Honestly, I feel like... Well, okay, so I have this one spot, and I don't really know. It's in a neighborhood, actually. That is my favorite location in Odessa. It's in a neighborhood. But Midland, I feel like, depending on the shoot, there's always a spot in Midland. No matter what the shoot is, there's always a spot there. You know what I mean? And so, if they want that downtown vibe, the downtown vibe is definitely a little bit prettier than Odessa's downtown. And then the field. It's so beautiful. And Windlands Park, I love Windlands Park, especially that white fence. It is beautiful. That's one of my favorite places. But yeah, so definitely Midland. But my probably favorite one is that one in the neighborhood in Odessa, though.
See, I feel like there's that park off of I-20 that I really love. It has the huge trees and the winding sidewalk. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Comanche?
In Odessa or Midland?
Odessa.
Oh, is it Comanche? Yeah, Comanche. I love Comanche. Comanche is really pretty. That's actually where I had my wedding photos. And so Amanda with AW Photography, she took our wedding photos and she took us to this great spot. There was this, I don't even know exactly where it is, but there was white flowers I've only seen them a few times. But they're in my wedding photos. And so that was really cool. I love daisies. So they're not daisies.
Perfect.
Yes, they weren't daisies, but they looked close enough. And I was like, this is so good. I love this. Clock it. You know what I mean? I was like, this is perfect.
Yes. That's one of my favorite spots, I feel like, in Odessa.
Yes.
See, I've only been to downtown Odessa a few handful of times, but I kind of feel it has more vintage kind of feel.
Vintage. It is definitely the stuff that's been there is still there. You know what I mean? I definitely agree. And I was with a client, actually. They had been there, they've lived there forever, and they said that there's a hamburger spot down there. I've never ate there, but it looks vintage. It is so cool looking, and they say it's amazing.
It's
and
like
I'm
a hole in the wall.
Yes, 100%. I was like, I need to go there. I love burgers.
Is it right off Dixie?
No, it's maybe it's right off this Grant. Yes,
It's
I
off
want to say
Grant,
it's Grant.
close to the police department.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Burger place. What's it called? Do you know?
I don't know.
Can't
I don't
remember it,
know.
but I know where it
It's
is.
like a sign, it's just hanging off of the thing, and I think it even says hamburger on
Just
it.
says
Honestly,
burgers.
so it's something like that. But it looks and it always smells good too.
Yeah. You got to try it then.
Yes.
Gotta go downtown and try it. So, okay. So, what do you all shoot? Like, what all do you shoot?
I feel like I kind of do. I don't want to say everything, but kind of everything that's kind of been thrown my way. I feel like I've dabbled into everything. I've done newborn. I haven't done any large weddings. I've done smaller, more intimate weddings. I've done more like courthouse or like at the churches, stuff like that. I do a lot of motherhood and family. That is, I definitely think that's my biggest thing is motherhood and family. And that's probably my favorite one, just being a mom and being able to capture these moments. It's just, motherhood is probably my main one, I feel like. And definitely maternity and family, probably maternity and family. Those are my two main ones. I haven't done any like video yet, but that is in the works. And then like pose newborn, haven't done a bunch of pose newborn, but again, that's in the works too. So I'm really excited to like be learning how to do that and adventure out. Yes, and I have done cake smashes. Cake smashes are probably one of my favorites too. They're one of my favorites.
So you kind of made the comment about in this area, there's a spot for each type of shoot. So based on kind of what you're doing, what determines the spot? Like, is it just straight client says I want this, or they say, hey, I kind of want this vibe? Like,
I
how
always
do you pick your
ask
spot?
everybody, what is your vibe? And I always ask, do you have inspo pictures? Because then I feel like I can see what their vision is, right? And so then I'm like, okay, so then if they don't have it, then I just kind of show them the spots. I'm like, this is what you're doing. And a lot of times they will send me their outfits. I feel like, when you're a photographer, you get, does this look good? Is this going to look, you know what I mean? And so I feel like that goes a part with it too. But I always try to just match it on what they're wanting and what their vision. If I have someone that's like, I want tons of green and tons of this, a lot of times I'm going to do mid-kiff as best as I can, just because they are the big trees, you know what I mean? And you can shift, and the sun just comes through beautiful. And like I had said, Windlands Park, that's one of my favorites too.
They're always green.
Yep, they are. And then Sibley Nature, that's a really pretty spot too. And
It is.
And a lot of this stuff hasn't died. Some of it has, but a lot of it hasn't. So it's been good to have a little bit of green for some people too.
Yes.
You mentioned the white fence at Windlands Park, and I was thinking, I don't ever now that I'm thinking, I can see it, but I was like, I've never noticed that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. I did a maternity session, and I had them stand in front of it, and it looked really, really pretty. Yes, it was one of my favorite ones.
It makes you look like you're not in Midland, Odessa.
Yes, it makes it look like you're at like a farm or something.
Yeah.
Like, yes, and it's like not, yes, 100%.
Hey, that's the vision, right?
Yes, and there's a duck pond in Odessa, and I always had some people that have lived here forever, like, I never even knew this. And then some people are like, oh, I've always known this. I didn't know you could take pictures here.
Buffalo Wallow?
Oh, don't get me lying.
Is it right across from the mall?
No, it's not.
Is it the one right off I-20 next to Comanche?
No, it's UTPB. UTPB.
Oh, okay, yeah.
UTPB.
By the Stonehenge.
Yes. And everyone always says that just doesn't look like Midland and Odessa over there.
Yeah. That's true. They've got a lot of big trees. They've been around for a long time.
Yes.
Because it's been there for a long time.
That's what the ones who do know, they're like, this has been here forever, but I never thought to take pictures here. And then there's like a little spot at the front that is just, it has like the agave type plants. And so that's cute. That's really cute, especially if they want that West Texas vibe too, you know? That's one of my, probably that one and the neighborhood location are probably my favorite ones in Odessa.
Very cool.
It's cool. So, okay, maternities, newborns, just motherhood.
Yes.
Other than being a mother, anything else draw that to you?
Honestly, just being able to capture those moments, because I feel like so many things change so fast, especially with kids. And like, I remember being told about a newborn smell. I don't know. Have y'all ever? Okay. So I did not know what anyone meant with that. Okay. Like I literally thought everyone was crazy. And
It's
I was
like a
like,
new car smell.
pretty much. Yes. Yes. And I was like, what is this? And so like, I guess how fast that like faded. Right. And not even just the smell, the skin, the little, like the flakies off the skin. Yes. All of it. And so I definitely think just wanting to freeze those moments in time and be able to look back and be like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, and then obviously we have like my kid is one of them who I cannot take pictures of her. I can sometimes, but usually she's like doing her own thing with me. But yeah, so when they're being crazy and silly, I love capturing them in the element because like pose ones are always good. Of course, I want to get a couple pose ones, but like seeing them in their element and their true personality shining. And especially just when you're a mom and you're just like, yep, that's my kid, you know, like you love to just think about that and have such a positive memory with that. And so I love being able to just capture that all in one, especially with the families. Cause like I always try to do ones with like kids running around them and like running cause they're bored, you know, they don't want to stand there for 40 minutes. And so I always try to I tell everybody, we work with the kids always, no matter what. So I don't know. And I was a daycare teacher when I was like 17. I didn't do it too long until I was like 19 because I got pregnant. And so I've always been around kids. And then my niece and nephew, they have been with me forever. So, yeah, I just love being able to capture that time that you don't get back.
That's true. Yeah. Did you just have the one daughter?
Yes, I have one daughter.
How old is she?
She will be 5 in March.
Oh, okay. Ours
She'll be 6.
she'll be 6 in April, and then we'll have a 2-year-old in May.
Is she, so do y'all have an Aries and a Taurus or both Taurus?
We have a heathen and another heathen.
I love that.
Well, and then we have a teenager too.
We
So
have a
yes.
teenager.
Okay. How old is your teenager?
he's about to be 14.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. They know everything.
The little girls are wild, though.
They're wild. They are little heathens.
So
Love that for
your
them.
oldest is a boy and 2 younger daughters?
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's,
and they boss him around. That is for sure.
Well, it's funny because the 6-year-old will boss and kind of like beat up on the 14-year-old, but then the 2-year-old will beat up and bully the 4 or 6-year-old. So it's kind of just like you kind of get what you
back.
get,
Yep,
right?
you get it back. Okay, that's okay. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, our girls are wild, but you know what? It's like in this day and age, I feel like you gotta let them.
You got to.
They need to be strong in their
And use
personalities.
their voice and like the wild ones, I always tell my daughter, I'm like, you're gonna run the world. Like you are gonna run the world.
You're either gonna run a company or you're gonna run a prison game. One of the two.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. But no, they're great, and it's it's nice to have sometimes a model.
Yes.
But then it's just like I don't really like.
So we have to talk about our 6-year-old because our daughter came out with like 3 inches of hair,
Yeah.
and it was like jet black when it came out.
Okay.
And so over the years, it has gotten blonder and blonder.
Oh my
as it come out. She
gosh.
never
it's kinda
lost
brown.
hair.
It's like a brown.
It's like a brownish.
It's like a light brown. But she never lost hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so she has basically like adult hair. So it's like super thick hair.
Gotcha.
She's very much my hair, but super thick hair. So she's always had like super long hair. So when she was about 6 months, we were a big ponytail.
Oh my gosh.
That's how much hair she has.
In 6 months? I mean, at 6 months?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Very
she
much
had
a
a lot of hair.
ponytail. She had a lot of hair.
Crazy.
So my brother's nickname for her is Cabbage Patch. So you know
Stop
the Cabbage
it.
Patch balls. So she had the chunky cheeks and then all that hair, and so yes,
I love that though. That's so cute. I remember Lila. So my husband Adrian, he has a crazy curly hair, and if it grows out, it's an afro, right? And so like my daughter, she just had this like not even like a fro, but a fro almost, right? Like a baby hair, right? And it was so funny. So, oh my gosh.
like, yeah, that's your kid.
Yes. I remember he shaved it because it got hot for work, and he walked in and she was like,
Who
oh,
are
like
you?
she did not like it. It was so funny.
It happens when I like occasionally shave. And
Yes.
they're just like,
They're like, what is who are you?
Who's
Yes.
this guy?
Like, you're not my dad. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding.
oh, kids.
Kids.
Yes.
So, kind of going back to planning shoots and kind of doing shoots, you mentioned kind of inspo. Do you, if they don't kind of give you direction, do you kind of like, well, let me ask you this. So they give you your inspo. Do you have like a Pinterest board? Do you have like Instagram? Do you just save photos? Like, how do you kind of stay on track to keeping their vibe?
Honestly, I will. So obviously, first things first is I look at their inspo, and then a lot of times I just kind of see like it's usually Pinterest, right? And so like on Pinterest, it tells you what like if it's that cinematic vibe. Or if it's this boho springy vibe, you know what I mean? Whatever type of, I usually just will search in like whatever theirs says, and then I kind of go off of that, and I just like find different ones, and like I do make a board sometimes, but a lot of times like with that golden, and when they just give me like full creativeness, I guess, I just. When they give me full creativity, sorry, I cannot think of the word. When they give me full creativity, I definitely don't use any of the inspo boards. I just kind of I have their three inspos, and I just go with it. You know what I mean? And we just do it. And I feel like that's when my best ideas definitely strike is whenever I'm not really planned, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when I have this board and I'm doing it exactly like this, I don't want to be looking at my phone the whole time. You know what I mean? So like it definitely helps me just be like, okay, we're gonna do this and this and this, and it usually flows super, super well. And of course, you know, there's sometimes where they're like, I don't like that pose, you know what I mean? And then, but we just readjust and we just fix it and I always want them to feel comfortable. Cause you know, like when you look at a picture of yourself and you're like, God, you know, like I don't ever want anyone to feel like that. Cause I know I do sometimes. And so I always want to make sure they're comfortable. And like, as far as like posing and just where their hand placement is, even that shoulder being dropped, any little thing like that, you know? And I do, a lot of my ladies, they will tell me like, I want to make sure like my chin isn't, you know, like this is like exactly like that. Or like I have a long feet. I've had someone tell me they have long fingers and they want like their hand like not straight down. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so just little things like that I do like to know, just because I feel like it helps them during the process and after. You know what I mean? Like seeing that, like, oh my gosh, like I love that. And like hearing that as someone who captures the memories, hearing that they literally like are obsessed with them, and like seeing them in their house is you know what I mean? Like I love that. And it definitely keeps me going for sure. Seeing that like, and just the appreciativeness, and people are kind. Like I will say that like coming from like not even necessarily East Texas, but like the Dallas area and here, like the community is definitely, it's so kind here. Yeah. There obviously, you know, there's some people like not just in general, but it really is like people have been so nice here. And really helpful too, honestly. Even just not living here forever, so like I get, you know, learn new things. Honestly, every shoot about Midland, Odessa, anything really. And I always tell myself, knowledge is power. And so whenever I'm always like, yes, feed me more information. Like I love to just know everything. I guess I know that makes me nosy, I guess, but
that's okay. That's okay. I mean, the more you know. I mean, it's nice to know that the history of this area, or just. Hey, don't go over there. There's a crazy dude over there.
Yes, literally. Yeah, 100%.
Random facts.
Yes, 100%.
So you talking about them giving you full creative control. So your style, how would you describe that? If you had to pick like 3 words, how would you describe that?
I feel like I'm definitely a boho style for sure. Definitely more golden. I would say more golden, and sunflares. Sunflares. I love sunflares.
Yeah. Well, that picture
that's
you
funny.
said.
Because I'm like, I hate sunflowers.
Really? That is so funny. I love sunflares. I love the gold, the bright, and whenever we get them, you know, when they're like covering like someone's face, those are my favorite. But a lot of my clients who do love the sunflares, they love that. And I'm like, well, okay.
You came to the right place.
Yep, exactly. So perfect. So it works out. But I love it.
I've had a couple that I'm like, yeah, I like the sunflower for this particular thing, but for the most part, I'm like, ugh. I got a sunflower.
So perfect segue. You sent us a picture, and we're going to look at it. There's a little bit of sunflower. There's not a lot, but this is a picture. Surely this can't be Midland because it's green and nice.
It's the announcement one.
Yes.
Yes. It was Midland. That was that. Yep, that was Midland.
Being sarcastic, yeah. Because it's like, you look at this and you're like, this can't be Midland, Odessa. But okay, so an announcement.
Green grass and trees.
Green grass and
Where's
trees,
that at?
the sun peeking through. So did you kind of have that in mind, or when you got there, was it just like, hey, let's do this?
She told me everything she had already for the shoot. So she was like, this is my vibe. I don't even think she really sent me inspo pictures. It was just more like, this is what I have. This is what I want to do. And I saw their outfits and I was like, okay, like I know exactly what we're going to do. And he actually, I believe they pulled up in a cop car. Actually, they were already there in a cop car. Right. And so
is his name David?
I don't know. I know her name is Maddie. Her name is, okay.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay. So they were in a cop car and we were like, it was like 5 minutes before the shoot. And I was like, hey girl, I'm in this car or in this truck, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, oh, we're in the cop car. I was like, oh my gosh.
You're like, I'm getting pulled over. No.
Well, I literally was like, I hope everything is okay. You know what I mean? And then she told
You
me.
didn't think that it was them like driving the cop car. You thought they were in a car.
Yes.
So we actually know her husband.
That's
so
awesome.
When you sent this to me, I was like, that looks like, the guy we know.
Oh my gosh,
And,
that's so funny.
that's what I was
like you said, small city.
Small city, yes. So as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, that's...
Yeah, you can see it from, you can kind of see it from the side.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
But okay, so she sends you everything that they're going to be bringing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you already have the spot in mind?
So when she just kind of told me, I really think she just told me, hey, I just want sunset golden vibes. And I was like, yeah. And I love Midkiff for that because where that spot is, there's actually, if you go a little bit more down, there's another spot. And if you go, so where those trees are, you come down and there's like this like open spot right here. And that is probably my favorite space to take
Is this
photos.
the one on like Midkiff and Maymar, kind of like by north of Andrews Highway?
It's right across from Graffa Park.
Yeah.
Directly across. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
So are you facing the guys?
Maymar is the street.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Sorry.
No.
So are you? Is this angled kind of towards the houses to the north or
So
to the?
my back is to the road, and they're
okay.
facing the house. And then so if you go a little bit more towards the road, there is like to your left, there is like
gotcha.
this open field, and that sun comes through beautiful there.
Yes.
Yes, that is
Yes.
my favorite
When those
spot.
trees are full.
And it's so
Yes.
crazy.
Yes,
'cause
when they're full.
it's so crazy because if you zoomed out, it's just like you wouldn't even think that that's what you took is there.
No, I know. I love my 50. She gets me good every time. Yes.
Yeah. So this is I really like this. Like it seems really personable. Like you can still feel the emotion even though you can't even see them. Like that's really good.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Very boho, but I love it.
Thank
I love
you.
the
And
And
pigment
I really
vibe.
do. I really do love the sun coming through. You can see, you see a little flare right there. I'm zooming in.
Mm-hmm.
So again, was it just something you kind of had an idea of, or just you were looking and going, "Ooh, let's do this"?
Honestly, just when they sent it, I was like, that spot's it, because I just knew how the sun. I shoot there so much that I knew how the sun was gonna come through, and I knew just her vibe. Honestly, like I just could tell her vibe. Like that was definitely like I knew that would be so good. And honestly, it was so hard to send y'all just one from that gallery because that's probably one of my favorite like recent sessions that I've done. Like outdoor. Well, not recent, but since we've lost the green, I guess, or right before we lost the green. But yeah, so that was probably one of my favorite last shoots with the green. That's what we'll say. Last shoots with the green.
Yeah.
Most of my shoots right now have really been studio though. Mostly just because the weather and it's not very pretty outside right now. But yeah.
Unless that's your vibe.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a little bit. The weather this time of year, you just never know what you're
And
going
we
to get.
had that freeze early this year too, which was crazy.
It can be 75 degrees like it is today, or it can be windy, or it can be rainy, or it could
it was
be
like
30 degrees.
I was about to say 28 degrees, and then it's 70 the same day, and
They had Snowmageddon Part 2, but not really. Did y'all lose any power or anything?
no, we did not actually. And so I was so thankful because in our neighborhood group, we have like a Facebook group, right? And they were like, the new phase, like y'all be prepared. We lost power for like 3 days. And I was like, oh, great. Like, that's just great. But apparently I was reading some comments on there and someone had said they had updated our grid. So I was like, oh, pray to God they did. And they did, thankfully. It only flickered like twice. Twice, like real, where I was like, oh, okay, then I'm a little worried. But we did really good at like keeping our phones charged. My daughter's, she's 5. She's an iPad kid. She's an iPad kid. And I was like, you better keep your iPad charged, girl, because if it dies,
Yeah.
you're done.
You're playing solitaire.
Back to the Stone Age with you.
Yes, we put flashlights up in the playroom, and you're gonna be doing your thing, girl.
So yes, I totally love that image. I think I love the vibe. I love the sun flare on it. I think it's a wonderful picture.
Thank you.
So how did you really get started doing photography?
honestly, I've always enjoyed it. Like I've always wanted to pursue it, but it is expensive to get started. No matter, you know what I mean? It's very expensive to get started. And so I wasn't able, I guess, to do it until I became an adult, really. And so 2 Christmases, or I guess 3 Christmases ago, my mom and my husband, they split a Canon for me. And they got me like a lens, and it was like a whole kit, right? Like it was just like some kit that had a bunch, and they split it for me for Christmas. And I was like, oh my God. And then I only had that camera maybe 3 months, and I upgraded to the Nikon.
Downgraded.
Okay. Well, I had got the Nikon, and I don't know. I took it off. So my husband's relief, I don't know if I talked about him earlier or not, but he's a photographer as well. And so he does photography on the side, and then, main job is oil field. And he was like, hey, I think he was getting like a Sony or something. And he was like, I'm going to be, upgrading. Like I'm going to be selling this. I don't use this. And so I got it. And well, not this one. It's actually my previous one. And then I was like, okay. And I just kind of took off, and then I had that one probably 8 months, and then I upgraded, and it's just, yeah. But that's really how I got started.
Isn't that funny? Husband and wife team.
Hey, so do y'all do like shoots together?
Me and my husband, or my husband's relief? My husband, no. His relief and I, we've never done a shoot together. He actually he taught me a lot though. He was definitely the one-on-one person with me. Him and Amanda, who I was talking about earlier, they helped me a lot. They definitely, any question I had, I'm at a shoot and my camera was doing something crazy and I didn't know what it was doing. And it was, they definitely, they helped me a lot, both of them. So I'm grateful, especially to Dove, because I know y'all say downgraded, but I love my Nikon and I absolutely love my Nikon. And so I'm so grateful that I got to kind of experience it, because I've invested a lot into them now. And so now I have a Z6 III, and that one has been amazing. So that's when I'm talking about like, videos coming. I do want to try to start doing video, because it is more, the Z6 and the 8, you can use video better, I guess, is what I was reading. So I'm excited to try that. I have like one of my friends' weddings back home I'm supposed to be doing in May. And so that's going to be my first like trial for it. So I'm excited.
Are you going to just be doing like both, or solely video?
So it's mainly just going to be photos, but I had told her like, hey, like,
I'm going to try this out.
100%. Mm-hmm. And so I had asked her if she cared if I tried, and she's like, no, girl. And I was like, okay. So that's going to be my first like trial for that. Cool. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
That is really cool.
Yes.
We kid about the Nikon, but like she had Nikon when I first kind of got into this. I just did Canon because I had a really old Canon, and she had a bunch of Nikon.
Really?
Yeah, well, Olympus, yeah.
Okay, so
and I had an older Nikon as well.
Do you prefer Canon or Nikon now?
Canon.
Canon.
I feel like it's very user friendly, and with after having so many Canons, they have the same features. So they just kind of upgrade them, and so my old camera, all I did was upgrade it, and it has the same exact. I mean, it has newer features, but like it wasn't a huge learning curve.
Okay, for sure.
Moving up.
We've done a few workshops, and some people bring in Nikons, and they'll be like, I don't know how to set this. And I'm like, I don't either.
Which, by the way, we may have them holler at you.
Okay.
Because we're like, I don't know what to do with this Nikon.
I have to like Google it and go on YouTube, like, how do you set this on Nikon?
Yes, that was definitely me from going from Canon to Nikon, though, because it is so different. It's like everything on there is so different, even just not like the body itself, but like, like
the features.
Yes. Everything is just so different, even down to like the buttons on some of this stuff.
One of the girls, she came in, she said, a friend borrowed my camera and she put it on black and white. How do I get it back to color? And I was like,
was it Nikon?
It was Nikon.
I didn't even know Nikon could do that.
That's just like your shooting profiles, I think.
It is, but it was trying to figure out where that was.
Oh, okay.
And so I had to Google it real quick to switch it
gosh.
out, which it's a little button on the back. Yeah. On the back of the camera, because she had touch. But I was like, it took me a minute. I had to Google it to go through it. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't use Nikon. So I had to figure this out through Google.
Yes. Hey, Google.
I don't know if it's just for Canon, but like when you change those profiles to like say shoot in black and white, if you bring them into whatever you use to edit Lightroom, it'll go back to the original profile.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Sometimes, but you can easily change that.
Yeah, that's really cool. No, I didn't even know that that had a setting for that. So that's pretty cool.
It does, by the way.
Yeah, you said it does.
It's really, I liked it. If you like intend on shooting black and white and just like doing your whole thing black and white, it's really good to kind of see it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a different vibe too.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to look into it, because I love black and white photos, especially with like engagement photos. Those are like, that's one of my favorite ones. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I was like, okay, well, we may have them holler at you because we had like 3 or 4
yeah, we had like 3 this last time.
that
Oh,
had
really?
Nikons, and
Oh,
we're like,
wow.
we're all Canon, and then we had Auden and Phil come and help out, and they're both Sony.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
okay.
we were lacking. We may have to use you on our next
Hey,
I'm gonna
one.
no,
have to
for
call
sure.
you,
I'm so
Dakota.
down.
Come on, we have some Nikon users. We need your help.
I'm so down. I'm down. That'd be fun. I need to. I want to come to one of y'all's flash workshops. That's what I need
Yeah.
to come into. I was out of town because y'all just had one recently,
We
right?
just
Yeah, I was out of
did.
town for
Yes.
that one, and then but I know I want to come to those because that's what I want to. I have my my flash like that I put on there. It's like Godex. I think.
yeah.
It's a Godex flash, and so I'm still like learning how to do that, but it's just more in certain situations, I guess. You know what I mean? Like when I turn my camera, then it's like only lighting up this. And then so it's definitely
Yeah.
like been trial and error with that, but I am learning. So I just want to expand my knowledge in it, you know?
Love that.
Yeah,
Yes,
so that was
it's always great.
That was our first like photography or studio photography workshop. We're gonna do more, but
Okay.
that was our first one. And this one we actually had a couple models come out because
Yes.
that
Okay.
one because we do a beginner one, and that's
Okay.
a lot of like there's some like PowerPoint in the beginning because it's like, hey, I always feel like the first thing you need to learn is your tools.
Right.
And so like you need to learn the camera, even if you're just like shooting the wall or
Right.
shooting whatever.
Right.
Learn the functions of your camera. But this one was more like, hey, we're gonna skip all that. We're just gonna kind of go over lighting, and then we're gonna just do hands-on stuff.
Okay. I love that.
And so we did the strobes or excuse me, we did strobes or flashes, but we also did constant lights because
Okay.
we have these in the studio. Is that when you shoot out here, do you use that or do you use the strobes?
I want to say one is constant and then the other one is the strobe.
Yeah. And
So-
it's so it's kind of the same, all does the same thing,
Yes.
just in different ways.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. And I definitely, because, it can get overwhelming, like learning the
Yes.
flash, it can get very overwhelming. And so that is where kind of like when I struggle is because I'm seeing all these different numbers and I'm like, you know what I mean? And so,
It's very much, he was learning the numbers, and at first I didn't understand them. Now I do. It took me a little bit, and it's more of like, oh, that's just too bright. I've got to
Yeah.
right.
adjust it. Or
Right.
that's where he's like, hey, we need to go down 1 or 2 stops. And I'm like,
What does that mean?
that would 100% be me
sure,
right now.
yeah, let's go down 2 stops.
Yeah. Well, and it was too, and you're right though. Like before we even really dived into it, it was like seemed really overwhelming. And then it was just like, why, then learning like, why is this doing this or why is it not
Right.
doing what I want? I have no idea.
Yeah.
And it's just, I definitely think that like y'all's workshops, they help so much. Not even just the light one, just in general. Because like when I first started, honestly, like maybe y'all had them. I didn't know. Like I didn't know where to look. You know what I mean? And like y'all advertise so well too. And so like it always pops up my stuff. I'm like, I love it. Yes.
Yeah, we actually just started the workshops last
Y'all did?
fall.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
And then, but I remember like how I said like Dove and Amanda, they had helped me a lot. I would have like just learning, like the threes, like having someone like just the lighting and then having someone stand where to put them in the frame, just the little things like that just you learned on like YouTube and just hearing it.
And
That's
then learn
awesome.
trial by error.
Yes, it literally, yes. And so it's really awesome that these photographers who are new, they get to learn all of that and they get to almost get that boost. You know what I mean? And that's awesome. I love that.
And we like, our goal is, bringing other people because like we can teach you so much. And
Right.
my goal is maybe I'll spark it and you can continue. But
Yeah.
like, we want to bring other people that do just like crazy things
Yeah.
and just like do, really workshops like that. And we'd love to host them.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Y'all just let me know. I'm so down. I love doing like the non-traditional type of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that stuff is so much fun. And I feel like, like the crazy shoots, like the fire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like those are so
Yeah.
cool. Like stuff
So
like that's so
cool.
cool. I
Yeah.
love doing things like that.
Have
Well,
you-
I've never done it, but
I was gonna
seeing
say, have
things
you
like
used
that.
fire?
No, I haven't. I've been
tried.
I'm scared.
I've tried. It got really hot really quick. So I did it. We tried it out of the house, and I kept trying to do it, and it got really hot really fast. So I
Yeah.
was like, I don't feel comfortable putting this on my clients.
And then
Yeah.
yes, because they say what is it like butane and some dish soap,
Yeah.
and,
It is.
right? And I'm
It
like,
is. I totally tried it out at the house. I did. I
Yeah.
put it on my hand and everything, and you like that, and it extinguishes. But it's very much a flash flame. And
Can
Yeah.
you? Did it burn like any of your
no,
skin?
it didn't burn. It was just hot.
Hot, yeah.
I don't know. You kind of weigh it out. Like, do I want to put my client in risk safety? For
yeah,
this?
yes,
Or
yes.
just
Burning the building down.
Yeah.
starting a
burning-
fire.
I was at was I at the Marriott in Odessa? I think that's where I was. I did a rooftop shoot. You can't do shoots up there anymore, but before they put the sign up there, I was on my way up there and they were doing it in the parking garage, and they had I think it was like a soccer. It's definitely a senior. I don't remember it was sport, but I want to say it was like soccer. And he had like the hands and his hands like this and like fire, and I was like, oh my God. I would like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That's super cool, but
yes, it's so cool. Like, I would love to try it, but I'm going to be the person. I'm a worrywart, okay? Like, I think of the worst possible situation that can happen, and I am prepared. Like, I am prepared. And so I would be the person that's like, okay, you're there with the extinguisher, and I'm going to take the photos really quick, and then we're just going to, like, cut the oxygen off. Like, that would be me. Like, I'm such a worrywart. But things like that are super cool. And, like, there was, I don't remember exactly when it was, but there was a styled wedding shoot not too long ago.
At the Live Oak at...
It was in the photography group in, like, our local one.
Yes.
I can't remember.
It was, I think, at the Live Oak.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I saw it. We were going to be out of town, so I wasn't going to be able to go.
I want to say I couldn't go for whatever reason, but that looked super fun. Like,
did
stuff
look
like that.
super
I want to
cool.
get into more of things like that. And,
Yeah.
because like I said earlier, like, I feel like this community is definitely, it's amazing. It really is amazing. And I feel like it's more, who I've encountered with, it's more of a community over a competition. And that's what I love. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to win. You know what I mean? Like, this life's hard enough. Like, we all want to do our own thing and live our best life. And we all deserve that. And so that's why I definitely like want to get more into that, so I can kind of network a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, like that's my goal for 2026 is to network a little bit more.
Ours too.
Really? I love that. Yes.
We really want to start doing a little bit more networking stuff up here at the studio and just bring a lot of the photographers we've met, like just bring them together. Y'all come meet each other and talk about your styles.
So
and
one of the things I started to do, and I just finished kind of editing the video, sort of. I need to do some touches, but it'll be released here relatively soon. But like it's doing like monthly creative shoots.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of find a theme. And so I did it last month with Phil.
Okay.
You know, he's a photographer, but he's also a really good dancer. He
Cool. I didn't know he was a dancer.
A dance team
Oh, wow.
in LA.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's really cool. What brought him here?
Work.
Okay.
I mean, that's usually what
Yeah, that's true.
people here.
But you know, he's a really good videographer. But so we had a setup in here, and I was just like, because he was like, "Hey, can I use a studio and do this?" And I said, "Yeah, can I film it as well?" And so like I just filmed a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, and we kind of almost did like an episode, and you know what we're doing. And he does a lot of like storyboarding.
Okay.
So from his, you know, takes that kind of video concept of like a storyboarding a whole project, and he takes that to photography as well.
Okay.
And so like he had like his looks that he was doing, and he had like he was basically building up each outfit, kind of the base of the outfit, and then adding something, and then getting the final outfit.
Okay, I love that.
And so we kind of tied it to different colors on the backdrop. But anyways, he set up for video. So we were using the constants, and then I set up a lighting setup with the strobes, so that he could just kind of do his whole thing, because he was videotaping himself kind of dancing, and then would take like photos throughout. But then I was also taking photos through this, and it kind of added to it. But anyways, it was like stuff like that, and I was like, hey, I would love to do like every month, like create some kind of style. And then just have these shoots and just, you know, do.
Especially it's fun. It's things that are out of the box that draw that attention to, you know what I mean? And that's awesome. Like I love, like I was saying, like those crazy things. Like I want to try those, you know, like I think that stuff's so cool.
I think that gets your creative juices going. It's something different from your regular repertoire. And I think it's fun to do something kind of out of the box. You know, we were talking about our Shoot the Walkers. Doing the speakeasy vibe, and we didn't realize how much we were gonna love.
Yeah, we stayed
doing
over
that vibe.
like 2 hours.
Yeah.
We're just like, we don't even care. We just want to keep shooting.
Love it. Period.
When you're like in it and you're like, oh my God, I'm loving this, and the images came out like
just perfect.
We love all those images.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, I'd consider paying that 150 feet just to go do another shoot.
Just
there.
go do
like,
it, yeah.
For
sure.
That was awesome.
And it's so much. It adds so much to your portfolio too. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like I love doing, like whenever there's super detailed stuff, I'm always like, can I use this in my portfolio? You know what I mean? Like I always ask people with kids like before, but I love being able to do that, especially every session you learn something, you know what I mean? At least like for me still, like every session, no matter what it is, whether it's a lighting or an angle, or I cut off someone's foot, you know what I mean? Like literally anything, I always am learning. And like, So I definitely I totally agree with you. I would love to go. So we stayed in the Canvas Hotel. We stay there every time we go to Dallas. That place, I need to I did boudoir pictures there in their hotel room, and that was, oh my gosh, that's what I should have said. I should have when I would talk about this. But I absolutely loved that hotel, and we didn't do our wedding photos in the hotel, but I wish we did. We got wedding photos done in Dallas and here, and so whenever we did the Canvas, it's like a it wasn't I forgot what it used to be, but it's like old built like 1800s, and it's crazy. Like do you know those like cylinder pillars, like stuff that? Those are like through the building, and like the brick is like
that old brick, not the
and then they have these like vintage just furniture and this grand piano. It's beautiful in there, and their bar is so nice. There's actually is it the Blue Door in Midland?
Yes.
Okay. So I did an engagement session there, and
really?
I think I did see that on her.
Yes. That bar one. That is, oh my gosh, that place is so pretty. It's so pretty, and you wouldn't even think it's just some random bar in Like it literally looks so classy, so elegant. I loved every minute of it. It's great. Kind of honestly resembled like that hotel vibe, honestly. Yeah. But yeah. So that Canvas Hotel, that is like that aesthetic. I wish we had something like that here.
Agreed. Have you been to Opal's Table, the basement?
I haven't.
Oh my gosh. When you have a chance, go look.
That's here?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
It's just right down the street.
Oh, okay.
It's in the corner.
Yeah.
Like by the Midland side.
Is it like a restaurant?
It is a restaurant.
It is a restaurant, but they have a basement.
Restaurant, but they have a basement.
It feels like a speakeasy gentleman's club vibe.
Okay,
and it's like dark walls, and it's got fireplaces.
I bet that's a vibe for sure.
It definitely is a vibe, but I think you're going to love it.
Yeah? Okay, I'm going to have to go look at it.
So when we shot the Blue Door deal, did you have to like pay anything or get permission?
So you did have to pay, I want to say it was $75 though for the hour, like just to go shoot there for an hour. So I don't think it was I think it was $75. And then they let us go over though. We were over there for probably about 30 minutes over, and they didn't say anything because they do it before everyone opens.
I was gonna say, was it like people there?
No. So they have you come before everyone opens, and so it was really cool. And they even they offered you drinks and stuff like that. I mean, I think I didn't drink obviously, but like my clients did, and so I think they still had to pay, but they let you drink during it and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So that was really cool.
Did you take a light?
No, I used my flash.
Okay.
I used my flash. And it was really dark in there. So that was my first time using the flash in such a dark area. So that was definitely a little honestly, I was kind of nervous because it just was nervous. And I was still probably maybe a year in when I did that session, if that. So yeah, it was really cool, but it ended up looking great. That was such a cool session, and she has a rock. So it was so cool seeing that on the
finger flashing.
And there's one picture she is holding her hands right there by the martini glass, and so it's literally a martini with their lips almost touching. I love that picture. Yeah. That one, just seeing her ring and you'd feel all of the love in that picture, and I love it. It's probably my favorite one.
Yeah,
I love that.
So kind of backing up a little bit, you're talking about boudoir stuff. Mm-hmm. So kind of how did you get into that?
Honestly, I just really wanted to try it one day, and I just was I'm gonna do it. My friend who I was talking about doing it at the Canvas, so that's been my hairdresser. She's not anymore. Back in East Texas, she's been my hairdresser since I was I'm almost 25 now. She has been seeing her since I was 14. Okay, so I've known her forever, and so I was I'm at this hotel and I want to try this, and I'll do it. I did it for free. I was I'll do it for free. I just want to see if I can do it. And I did it, and it was really good. And so, then I did boudoir minis for Valentine's Day last year, and they were a huge hit. And then this year, I posted them too late, but that's okay. That boudoir photo that I did email you, that was we did hers, and so it was a super cool thing because she came in, she had different pieces, which I love. But I think what I love the most just about boudoir is seeing them in their element. Yeah. Because you are your own worst critic, especially as a female. You know what I mean? You are your own worst critic no matter what. And so seeing people feel that love and confidence in themselves, that's awesome. And then women telling me I look so good, and you're yes, you do, girl. You really do. And it's just when you finally see that light and kind of bring that spark back into someone, that's a huge.
I love that.
Yeah, it's such a good feeling. And then
you can bring back their confidence.
Yeah, 100%. And then a lot of times they'll go get their makeup done and their hair done for it and stuff that they haven't done because they've been, look, my kids'
your
school,
everyday.
yeah, they see me
Yeah.
looking crazy. My kids' school, okay, and so like sometimes you get lost in that, especially when you are a stay-home mom, especially when you don't have a side hustle. You know what I mean? Like, and you do get lost in that, and so seeing the women just get that spark back is really just the best thing. And like that confidence, their confidence does go up, and then like they're like, I'm giving this to my husband, like I'm, like that's such an awesome thing,
So
all the way around.
So this is the one you did in the studio.
Yes.
And all that stuff. Look at that.
Oh, I love that.
Yes,
Love
it was
that.
hard to choose one, but I loved that one because I just felt like that would just still, she just captured it.
It's not like risque, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a beautiful amount of skin.
Yes.
I love the fur. It kind of gives a
Yes.
nice texture and
I told her, I said, do you have a white shirt? And she was like, no. I was like, I got a fur coat. I'm bringing it. And she was like, okay. And I was like, because I just had this vision in my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
no, I love that.
Thank
I
you.
love that. I bet her husband loved that too.
I hope so. He commented on it was so funny because I'm friends with her on Facebook. And he commented on the post. He said, dang, you're hot. Are you married?
See, that's the kind of banter you want from that, you
Yes,
know? That you're like, he
yes.
loved it so much that he's like openly like,
Yes.
That's
and
my wife.
He posted about her in some like long, just not like long one, but like some posts like how she's just awesome and he loves this person she is. And like not even necessarily her, because I don't know, but just whenever anyone goes through like that dark time. And so like whenever you do see that light at the end of the tunnel again, you're just like, finally, you know what I mean? And so that really just helps. And I haven't done a couples boudoir, but I do want to do a couples boudoir. I think that would be so much fun. And I think that would capture so much intimacy and just their love, honestly, their love, really.
I was going to ask, do you do boudoir?
I haven't done okay, so I try to convince my husband, let me just practice on him, and he is not for it. He is not for it. He's like, Dakota, like, no. And I'm like,
he's trying to convince people like, hey, dude, let me do some boudoir.
But like, I wanted to be, like almost satirical, where it's
Right.
like boudoir, but like we've got like the New Balance and the
oh my
high white
gosh,
socks.
like, oh my
Or
gosh.
like
Have you seen
you in like a grill apron, like
Stop,
like
yes,
a
yes.
riding
Have you seen the
lawnmower
one
instead of a
with
motorcycle.
the inflatable baby pool with like milk and
Yes.
and
Oh
But
my
like-
God, I don't think,
Cheerios
what
or
is
whatever?
it?
It's a dude word, and he's like I
See,
think he has
I don't
shorts
want
on,
that
but
satirical.
he's got like milk in a baby pool, and he's like eating cereal out of the
No.
baby.
Oh my God.
See, I want still like kind of like that sexy boudoir, but like in like the dad setting. So it's
Right.
like instead of a motorcycle, it's a riding lawnmower.
Oh, period. We
Like,
love
right?
that. Okay, I
so
got
it's
you.
like
Yes.
it's still
You're like dad mode.
yeah.
You gotta wear
Dude wear.
those 90s, 60s. You know those New Balances that came
Yes.
out? Yes, I love my 90s, 60s. They're my favorite shoes
It's called,
ever.
like dad war.
With the crew socks
Period. Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
that kind.
Yes.
and the Jort shorts.
The jorts go crazy.
like that. That's so if you dudes out there,
Look,
hit me up. I got
whenever. Yes. Oh my gosh,
Totally.
that's awesome. That is so awesome. I
See,
think
that would be like a
cool.
really creative, like
Yes.
fun thing to do.
100%.
But like still make it look really good.
Yeah.
And just like, but in like if we're gonna be dads, like
We're
dad
dads.
war.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Dad bar. Oh my gosh, I love that.
So
oh my
hit me up.
gosh.
Hit me up.
Baby carrier. Dad with a baby carrier. I'm just saying, like
Okay, look, hey, that's a fact. The baby carrier and then the kid right
with
here.
the big sunglasses with the coffee or something.
Yeah.
It's straight up.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, depending on the day, you may need a different god. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
I'm
what I'm
just
saying.
kidding.
There's a
Maybe
lot
a
you can do
beer.
with
I don't
that.
know.
A lot you can do with that. I think it'd be fun.
It
So-
totally.
sure,
It
100%.
totally.
You could like incorporate so many things too and
You
make it
could.
so cool.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, totally.
Be on location in studio, like
Yeah, anywhere
that's
really.
what I'm saying.
I have seen so there was like this TikTok video and it was so funny. This mom, she's like a creator, right? And she took pictures of her daughter. And I don't have any animals. I'm not like I love dogs. Like I love dogs. I'm not meant for the outdoor farm life. Like as much as I want to be, I'm just not meant for it. And that's okay. But like she posted this photo of her daughter had like the rollers in there, a pink robe, and she was like feeding the chickens and
Oh my God, I saw
yes,
that one. That was so
yes.
cool.
And I was like, like I wish that is so cool. Like I love that creativity with
Yeah.
that. And that shoot is like, who thinks of that? You know what I mean? Like that's so cool. Like I loved that. So that was, I wish I had some animals to like do that
Right.
with. You know what I mean? Like,
We
but yeah,
just
like
have dogs.
I'm a dog person. I got 2 labs and an XL. So we're full of chaos at my house.
Yeah, I mean, Maybe we should do something with Abigail and Odie. She loves that dog.
Yeah, we've got a German Shepherd that he just like sleeps in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she that dog will do anything she tells him to do. He's 100 pounds, but that little girl who's 40 pounds,
40 pounds will rule that.
will rule that dog, and he just follows her around. You tell me what you want to do. She'll put necklaces on him, and he's just loving life.
We so my daughter, I get so frustrated with my dogs because I'll be like, okay, so my lab's name is Luca. He listens great, but my XO, his name is Zeus, and he is as stubborn as it gets, and he will just look at you and make this sweet puppy dog eyes, and you're like, come on. But Lila, she can be like, Zeus, come on. He, laziest dog ever, hops up as fast as he can get up, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's crazy. Like, you have selective hearing at this point, sir.
He only listens to his person, apparently.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So let me ask you, you kind of mentioned the community over competition thing, which is what I was going to ask you anyway, but you already answered it. So if anybody's watching and they're kind of, just kind of starting out, what's your advice for these people?
Honestly, is to don't be so hard on yourself, because to just stay in your lane, stay in your lane and stay focused on you. Because when you sit there and worry about what everybody else is doing or it's going to eat you alive. And that is the biggest thing. And so I definitely learned that going into it. So new, because I was like, I'm charging $75 for a session, but it's like, I'm not even benefiting from it. You know what I mean? And then now I'm not $75 anymore. I've invested so much in this. So telling myself, just stay focused, keep grinding, keep hustling, and just do you. Legit, just do you. That's been the best advice I had to tell myself, especially as like I had told you earlier, I think of the worst possible scenario. And so obviously every business owner's fear is failing, right? It's failure, not succeeding. And so I definitely think just steady reminding myself, you're doing good. Keep pushing. And you just have to not be your own worst critic, I guess. It's way easier said than done, but that's definitely the best advice I have, is just do you, really. I mean, that's just because when you just worry about just everything else going on has nothing to do with your business and what you're focusing and your end goal is, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And staying strong. I know this sounds a little crazy, but staying strong in faith. I feel like there was a lot of countless nights where I was like, God, I'm tired. You know what I mean? But but being tired from this work is what I prayed for. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and that's what I remind myself is, I prayed to be this busy. I prayed to these long nights, and and so I do have to remind myself and humble myself a little bit and be thankful, because it does get stressful, but it's worth it. At the end of the day, it's all worth it.
Totally. Totally. And you are busy. You are busy. So Dakota, you rented at our old studio, right? And then now you've rented a lot at our new studio. Which one do you love more?
Definitely this one.
I was gonna say, why would you say the other one?
Yeah, I was gonna say I love this one. I definitely feel like this space it's larger for sure. It's larger. You have more room to just move around and kind of capture different angles. I love the rooftop. I absolutely love the rooftop. None of my clients have wanted to take any rooftop pictures yet. I ask them every single time, but a lot of times when I come in here, it's for littles. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? So it is harder whenever they have littles. But I like I was saying earlier too, the waiting area, that's awesome. Because when they do have lots of families and stuff, you just, you do you over here. You know what I mean? And so I definitely do like that. The old studio, I still loved it though. It was still an amazing studio. It was awesome. And that's where I kind of took off too. You know what I mean? So that's where I learned how to do anything studio, really, because I couldn't do it at home. And so just our house at the time was just couldn't do anything there. And so then when I found this, I was like, oh, snap, you know what I mean? And it was such a great first experience. And when my first time, you came and showed me everything where it's a great experience all the way around.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
We try to make this as photographer friendly as we can. But not only that though, we want to make it comfortable for your clients too.
Right.
Because you want your clients to come in and go, oh, I love this place.
Yes.
Because that's, not only I feel is that a reflection on us, it's a reflection on you.
Right.
We want to put you in the best light as a photographer.
Yes.
That was my only thing about that last studio, is the building was just I was like, you're not going to get stabbed in the dark corner. It's okay. Come on.
Right. He said, come on, it's okay.
But yeah, so it's like, that was the whole thing. It's like
Ghost mode came out.
Yeah, we wanna make this obviously like a place for you to be able to create and do great, but then like be a good reflection of you and for your clients to be like super comfortable. Like
right. And I will say, so I did my Christmas minis at home, and it was cool. Like I had no issues with it, but I like being able to come to a separate place than home. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And like that is why I like being able to just do it for really anything. You know what I mean? And so that helps so much, just because you get a second away. You get to be able to just work,
Yeah, you don't have to, you get to focus on your photography
yeah,
and
exactly.
Not like the house.
Like I need to go do laundry or I need to go do this.
The dryer's done. Let me get that really quick.
Oh my gosh. And so y'all, I have 3 dogs, and so whenever I was doing them, Luca, my lab, he is a vocal boy. He will tell you all about it. And then Zeus, my XL, he just cries. He's a crier. I'm like, what are you doing? And so thankfully they were so good. But I was nervous the whole time. I was like, they're gonna be crying, wanting to get out. And he's gonna be barking, yelling at people that aren't supposed to be in his house. And it's so secluded. It's so private. And this is gonna sound so funny. So the tattooers over there, I love watching them. I think it is so cool, like seeing them tattoo over there. I love watching them over there.
Yeah.
I need to hit them up because I want to get a tattoo.
Yes.
But yeah, that's kind of why we moved out of our dining room. Is you just you don't know necessarily all of your clients like super well, and so it was kind of like we felt like we would just feel a little bit more comfortable having a general space versus asking people to come to our house.
Yeah. No,
and
I totally agree.
Yeah,
not that there's anything wrong
with
but
that.
No, but that fear is there. Like, what if they're
well,
crazy
and then
person?
as clients too, like it's like it almost sometimes feel like you're imposing on someone else's house. And, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I honestly never thought of it that way, but I guess you're right, because like Amanda, she was out of her house for a little bit. I never felt that way because we became friends, right? But like as just a client, 100%. I definitely probably would have felt that way.
But yeah, there, again, like we all got to start somewhere.
Yes.
So it's you can make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I do like having another place. Even like, if I don't have anything, I'll just come up here and start working.
Yeah,
just
100%.
I can stay focused better.
Yes. I was about to say, because, when you're at home, like even just editing at home, like you're like, God, I need to finish this, but I got to go do dinner. I got to get her ready for school, her stuff tomorrow, or I got to go do this,
you
everything.
Think about something.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, I got to go do that really quick.
Yes.
My beagle knows I'm here, so he sits there and cries. And
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's still, it's kind of difficult. So, hey, really quick, speaking about editing, what do you use to edit?
I use Lightroom.
Okay.
So I kind of actually started dabbling a little bit into Evoto a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Love
So
Evoto.
you do? Okay.
Yes.
So I got it because I did a shoot, and this guy's glasses, he had to have them. Like, he could not take them off. Yes. And so he had a really thick like layer on them. Even if I wasn't facing the sun, it was just his prescription, I guess. And so no matter what, there was just a glare. And so I downloaded it and I bought some credits, and I was like, well, because I was looking in, just like groups, like how can I fix this? Like, what am I doing wrong? Because Lightroom, it makes it look like it's not even I.
Yes.
And so, and I saw it and I was like, okay. And so I started playing around in it, and I was like, this is pretty dope. Like,
that was the 2 things that sold us. One was the glass glare. Second one was a baby skin.
Wait, baby skin?
Baby skin.
What does it do?
So you know how baby skin can be a lot of acne or like flaky?
Yeah.
Smooth it.
Really?
Yes.
And you don't have to like go in and manually? No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Holy,
and you know how
really
sometimes babies' feet and hands are like purplish?
Yes. It fixes the color? Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I love that. So
like 2 seconds.
I haven't done like too much pose newborn, but I do lifestyle newborn.
Yeah.
And so like there are some things where you're like, even though it's lifestyle, like you do want it to be covered. And so you spend so long, like just, literally just dot, trying to like fill this in so it doesn't look right or wrong. So that's really good to know.
Yes. Like the
out.
coloring.
Yes, I will.
The coloring, you have some guys that have the rosacea on their cheeks, and man, a photo takes it away in like 2 seconds.
Really?
Like, yeah, for
oh my
real.
gosh.
Like it's been a game changer for us, especially like our wedding portraits.
Yes.
Because you can fix on one person.
Okay.
Like say they have acne or they've got the glasses, you can fix on one person and carry that fix
Wow.
for all the photos.
A batch
Oh
edit
my
type
gosh,
thing.
edit.
that's
It's-
awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I will say, so like Lightroom, they have an option for you to sync. So like if I I edit this photo, right?
Yeah.
And then I can sync it. But it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't always keep it the same. Like it still
Yeah.
is different. Like even though the numbers are the exact same in the settings, I still have to tweak it. So you know what I mean?
But yeah.
And so that's definitely good.
Yeah.
That's definitely really good.
But that's been a game changer for that. That and after shoots.
What is after shoot?
So it helps you cull.
Okay.
It's an AI culling. So like when we use it for weddings, like we'll
Okay.
throw all of the photos in after shoot, and you can kind of set your settings and parameters, and then it'll cull it for you.
Okay.
And so we can send, like if we have a 6,000 shoot or 6,000 photo wedding,
Right,
throw it in
right.
there, and it'll give us like the best 1,700.
That's awesome.
It also can edit, kind of do like batch edits, like profiles or like presets.
Okay.
What's really cool though is if you upload enough photos, you can create your own like AI preset. Like an
really?
AI will create your preset.
Okay.
Like it'll take all your photos that you edited and figure out your style and create this preset for you.
That's really cool.
So we do that a lot too with
Yeah.
like weddings or big
That's-
shoots.
gosh.
We'll add that preset and then move it to Lightroom.
I bet weddings really is
so it's
makes
the bulk of the work is done.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So-
The long hours of it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But
That's awesome.
but I know now Lightroom, and I haven't tried it, but I know Lightroom has like an AI assisted culling.
Oh,
So,
honestly,
yeah.
I didn't know, but I don't really do enough, and it like is like big events where I have to do that. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely want to start getting into weddings. That's mine. I
Yes.
want to try to. So after my friend's wedding, like that's when I'll have like that like real wedding, like with the 200 guests and the like the brides, or not the brides, the bridals and the groom's photos and
Yeah.
like all together.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited.
But yeah, I know Lightroom has a AI assisted culling, and I haven't really used it because we use Aftershoot, but I know it's there. Do you use the mobile Lightroom or the
I use classic.
Okay.
I use classic.
Yeah.
I do have mobile, like on my iPad. I have it,
Yeah.
but I don't really like to edit in it only because I feel like it's different. Some people say it's not like Dub.
feel
He
like
loves all he edited was on iPad and Lightroom,
Yeah.
and he loved it. But me, it ain't really for me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I edit everything in classic. Everything is in classic.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
And I don't do too much Photoshop with Adobe. I do a little bit, but not too
little
much.
bit.
It's
Yeah.
it's kind of overwhelming. It's a lot, and I feel like even when you're watching YouTube videos on how to do it, you're still like, this is not.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yes, this is not what's happening.
I've got a go-to guy that I tend to go to. Like I'm like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, and I find his profile.
Yeah.
And he usually has some kind of videos related to that,
Love that.
and I'm like, okay.
Yes.
And he's kind of hard to understand, but he's really good about slowing down on what he's doing.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is how I do it. Like I had to do a face swap.
How was that? I need to learn how to do that.
It took me some time, and I've done it a couple times now. It's definitely not, to me, it's not super easy, but I can do it.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, yeah, I can do some Photoshop, but it's not like I don't spend a lot of time on it. I wish I had more time to get better at it.
Right.
Because I feel like that is something that, is needed, but it's kind of like it's time consuming.
It is really time consuming,
to
and like
learn that new
even
skill.
just smooth, like what you were talking about, like the baby skin, like that's so awesome they did, because even just smoothing newborn in Photoshop and Lightroom, it takes forever. You know what I mean? And so
Yes.
it's like, and then with Photoshop, so you have credits now. It's kind of like a photo. It's not just
Yeah.
I
whenever you have
know.
credits now, and so it's like yes, and so it's like oh my gosh, so
on
it's
the
like
AI side.
practicing, you're wasting your credits. And I know this sounds so dumb, but it is when you like you don't really do it. You're just like, dang, like I'd rather save my credits for stuff I know how to do. But
Yes. Which at some point I know Photoshop they had tutorials and stuff.
honestly, I'm bad about that. I'm usually just like XXX. I got to get to what I need to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it'll show me like, it's never a video. It's just like a little pop up, right? And then, so it shows me how to do stuff like that. But I'm bad about reading those.
Oh, I
instead
am
of
too. I'm
Goo-
just
I
like click
Google it.
notification, click.
Yes.
Do you ever use like ChatGPT or anything like that?
Yes, all the time.
So have you I've used it, and now it's limited, but I'll use it like, hey, I'm trying to do this feature. How do I do it in Photoshop? And it'll walk me through. And sometimes I can even if they're telling me something, I can just take a picture of the screen
Oh.
and say like, hey, like this is the only menu I have, and then it'll explain it a little further.
I never even thought about doing
now
it like
again, it's
that.
limited because, but I mean,
I like ChatGPT more for like like my contract stuff. Like that's mainly what I use it for. If I need to update like my contracts, or even sometimes I get very scatterbrained sometimes. And so like when I'm trying to explain something, I'm not explaining it right. Like I know what it's saying, but I know these people reading it are not going to understand what I'm saying. And so like there are times where I'm like, okay, I type in like what I have and I'm like, does this sound right? You know, and it always tells me yes, but sometimes I just need the extra reassurance. Yeah. But mainly I use it for like my contract stuff, or like, really that's it. Just contract, like stuff that's like just needs to sound like professional. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
But I don't use it really too much. Actually, no, I'm lying. So my house, I want to redo this wall in there, and I use ChatGPT to like show me how to redo it. But like stuff like that, I'd use it all the time. It's pretty fun.
I used it to help me build this wall.
Yeah, this one right here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Well, just kind of like, hey, how many do I need? Mm-hmm. Like what, you know, kind of just like bouncing back and forth as to what size I should get.
Oh,
what would be good, like, or what size I should make.
Okay.
Like what would fit, you know, X amount of people, like stuff like that. And so
it's really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
It is really helpful. I love ChatGPT, and I definitely think that it has helped. I don't want to say helped me, because I don't think it's really helped me, but like I keep talking about contracts, but like I didn't do a contract for a long time, and I live and you learn. Yeah. Live and you learn, you know, And so whenever I was first starting out, like I didn't know what to put, you know what I mean? And so I'm asking Amanda, and I'm like, what do I do? And she goes, ChatGPT is going to be your best friend. I promise. And finally I gave in, and I was like, you were so right. You were so right. You tell me so much. And but definitely have a contract. Definitely have a contract.
They're very important.
Yeah.
Even, you know, even on the small things, like got to have something.
And I feel like I've never really ran into like huge issues where I've had to be like, well, your contract says this, you know, but there's been a few times where I'm like, I'm so glad I had that contract in place. You know what I mean?
Just in case.
Yes.
If they decide to come back.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like, cause I've had I've had one instance where I just kind of like was unsure. Like it was a great session, went so good, but then kind of like afterward, just how she was communicating me was just a little different. And so I got kind of nervous. We had a contract, so I fulfilled my end, you know what I mean? And she didn't have any issues. Like we were good. I just got kind of nervous on my end because I was like, I don't know if this is like, you know, but it ended up working out.
You know, and then when you read, if you're in you know, these photography Facebook pages and whatnot, you see a lot of, when it comes to like people being late or people not showing up or people asking for refunds, it's like, it really is, have something in place that they've signed.
And then when they said no, you're like, well, people are just like, well, you're SOL then, because, you know, and so they're, oh my gosh, sorry, my makeup and nose, sorry. But yeah, so that's definitely been a big thing. And I saw a horrible horror story. It was for a wedding. And she was supposed to be paid by whatever. She said like the day of the wedding, right? And so I guess the girl didn't pay her. I don't remember the full story, but the girl didn't pay her. And in the contract, it had said, or no, she didn't have a contract. I'm sorry. Someone had said you need to have in your contract to be paid like so many days before, like at least 14 days before the event. And they're like, I didn't have a contract in play. And it was for a whole wedding. And so she delivered the gallery without being paid. Mm-hmm. It was she was definitely a newer photographer, just like what she charged for the wedding and everything. But they were like, oh no, we're going to pay you this day. And she still delivered it, and she got and it was
ghosted.
Yeah. She literally got ghosted, and it was horrible. It was like scary, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, so the legal sort of the legal aspect of it. I mean, you can still file in like a small claims court. Right. It's just those contracts really help you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Like really, but really helps your case.
Everybody understands, like under a contract, when you and your client sign that contract, I think everybody gets on the same page. Mm-hmm. Hey, these are our guidelines. Like, right. So that we both know what our obligations are.
I agree with you on that, because a lot of times I like people, like I usually will send the contract, which people send their retainers or whatever before the contract a lot of times, but I do like them to read the contract before I even get that retainer, because some people, even after I've sent the retainer, even after like our shoot, it's both been signed, both parties, they're asking me 3 days later where's their photos, you know what I mean? And then the contract, I don't promise you 72 hours of full gallery, you know, like, and so that's just like, that is the thing that has helped me too, especially this past year, because my daughter started school this last school year. So that was definitely a different navigation, is like finding that balance between her school and my business and childcare and everything else. It was just a lot. And so that it did add a few days onto my turnaround time. Like, it helps me when she's at school, but I don't have that nighttime either anymore because I can't stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning editing anymore. Right. You know what I mean? So I have to really plan out my days, if that makes sense. But so that has helped me a lot with that, because I do get that a lot of like, hey, where's my photos in 3 days? And I would love to get your photos back to you in 3 days, but you know what I mean? But it's hard sometimes. Like, like obviously there's times where I do get it back in 6 days, and great, you know, because I don't have a lot going on. But if I'm super busy or like this thing's going on, you know, but because we have lives too. And I feel like sometimes people forget that. Yeah. I do feel like that. They forget that sometimes because, just some of the things that you get asked sometimes, I'm just like, okay, you know what I mean? And so, but yeah.
Well, and you know, a lot of this, doing this job or profession is like customer service based, and a lot of customer service is managing expectations.
Right, 100%.
And so the contracts really helps that, because it tells you exactly what's going to happen.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of it just manage expectations. Like, I'm sure you've had clients that come up and like, I want this, and you're like, can't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
or like, hey, we like literally just can't do that, or I can't do that, or I need more than just me to do what you want.
Right. And like for weddings, like, because I do get inquiries for weddings a lot, but I personally, I feel like I need a second shoot before I take on, like, my friend's wedding. Like, it's my friend, she knows, and she, like, we've had the whole conversation, but like, I feel like I need a second shoot before truly taking on a real wedding. And whenever I offer that, like, I've offered that to people, like, I personally haven't done it, but like, would you want a second shooter, or would you would let me find someone and I second shoot? And a lot of people don't want to do that, which is okay. But so that's been my biggest thing, is that's a huge day. Like, that is, you would never get that back.
You can't get
and
that
so
back,
before I take on that huge like role of responsibility of it, I really want to learn just how it works, because I haven't been in too many weddings. I've been in one wedding, but I haven't been to too many weddings, like, to know how the play goes. You know what I mean? Like, how I guess the schedule goes. And so I do want to do that and like learn a little bit more about that before dabbling completely into it. But yeah.
I love that. I think that's a good thing to follow up on, and you kind of know your limitations, and you're like, I just need to know a little bit more about it before I dive off into that.
And it was a lot of YouTube before I even started, you know, and you can't use YouTube, that stuff. I feel like I've tried to YouTube wedding stuff, and it's not the same. It's not the same.
And then every wedding's different.
Yes.
Like a Catholic wedding.
Yes.
Like, we just did one the other day, and the lady that kind of runs it, she was like telling us like her horror stories were like, because there's restrictions in a Catholic wedding. Right, like, you can't be up on the altar. They absolutely no flash, which most church weddings are no flash. And then like, they've had photographers like just run up there, and they're like you can't be here, up there, and they're just like, they blow her off.
Like doing stuff during sacraments and stuff like that.
They'll just blow her off. Like, nah, I'm gonna keep doing this. It's like, well, that's a good way to get kicked out.
Yeah,
like,
because so I have done one Catholic wedding, and oh my gosh, I cannot talk, Catholic wedding. And before I did, I asked her like, is there anything I cannot do? You know what I mean? Thankfully, they were honestly pretty cool. Like her what is their
priest?
Yes,
priest,
their priest. So their priest was like, he's cool. Like, he was like, he doesn't really care what you do. He wants you to capture these moments. So I did get really lucky with that being my first one, because I didn't like go up there or anything, but I did. I didn't use my flash during everything going on, but he didn't care that I used it in a couple of them. Like, when they were walking like down the aisle facing away from him, like, he didn't care about that, which I really appreciated. So there was a couple things I did get lucky on that, because I was told, make sure you ask before you go, you know what I mean? And so I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
And then hearing that, you know, so
we always, anywhere we go, we're just like, hey, what are the
restrictions?
Rules?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I'm glad that we have stuff in place, but we had like a venue saying whatever photos we take there, they have full control over. And we're like,
yeah, that was like one of our first. They like sent us a contract, essentially. Like,
what did y'all not do?
And we told them no.
Yeah.
Okay. We told them no.
They were like,
take that out.
One of their vendor contracts was basically like, they have access and control of your photos, and we're like, no.
So is that like, could they just do anything with them? I guess
that's what they were saying.
Yeah, that they had full control over them, and they had it was their property, and we're like, no.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Like, we'll let you
like post them, do it right, like post them, advertise, but they're not
marketing.
your photos. Absolutely not. No.
Yes, yeah, that was the thing. It's like, no.
And they took it out for you guys?
They did.
That was awesome.
They did. We had a conversation. It was a productive conversation.
Good.
They took it out. They were like, it's just a general contract. And I'm like, I totally get it. But when you have,
but these are ours. You know, y'all put the hard work in.
These are our intellectual property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I agree.
Yes. Yeah. So it's good. It's good to have those contracts in place. Again, expectations.
Yes.
Managing those expectations.
Yes. But, totally.
Dakota, so how can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I am definitely a little bit more popping on Facebook than Instagram, but it's Dakota Mae Photography on both.
Dakota Mae Photography on both Facebook, Instagram, website.
My website, it's on my Facebook and my my Instagram, but it's through Pixie Set. So as soon as you type in Dakota Mae Photography Pixie Set, it'll come up.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
Well, thank you for coming out. Thank you for sharing your story. We really appreciate you being here. We appreciate you using the studio.
Yes,
we
thank you guys for everything.
Yeah, we love looking at all your photos that you make. Love your work.
Thank you.
Again, so thank you for being here. Thanks for everybody watching. Don't forget to follow us, Downtown Studio Midland on Facebook and Instagram. You can check us out, downtownstudiomidland.com. Thank everybody.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.